Welcome to Legends with Bevo. Thanks to the Holdy, Coopers, Anytime Fitness Glenelg, and Paradise Mazda.
Well, g'day and welcome to another edition of Legends with Bevo. Today we're down at the beautiful Gorge Wildlife Park and I'm joined by a mate of mine who's also a zookeeper here. His family own the Gorge Wildlife Park, so he's been here his whole life. That is Brett McKechnie. Great to have you on for Legends with
Bevo. Long time no see.
Oh mate, what a pleasure it is to chat to you.
It's been a long time coming. I'm pretty happy to make this legend status.
Oh mate, you've always been a legend in my eyes. We played footy together at Birdwood, of course, and that was good fun.
Yeah, I learned some stuff back then, that's for sure.
Yeah, so you have the nickname Sexual, which we'll get to in a moment. You've even got a tattoo of it back.
We can get that out.
Yeah. But obviously at the moment we're going through a tough time with COVID-19 and thankfully you guys are open from last week. How's it all been going the last few months with this situation?
Yeah, look, it's been a bit of a weird time because we sort of started the closure and thought, right, it's going to be a couple of weeks. The world's just going to shut down, we're going to sort of figure it out and then get back on track. But we hit maybe 4 or 5 weeks in and we didn't really know what was going to happen. We started having to think, what's our emergency fund looking like? How long is this going to go? We originally thought, yeah, like maybe a month. And then we sort of thought, are we going to make it through the year? So it was a long time. But as you said, we've reopened, which was Thursday last week. And it's good peace of mind to see people coming in. All people want to support the locals. And we're back on track again, which is good. But yeah, it was a weird time.
Yeah, it's obviously we're all going through a tough time at the moment, and great news that you actually are open again. So everyone get on down and support this great local business. But what have you been doing to keep yourself busy the last few months, mate? How does a zookeeper keep himself busy when there's no people to visit?
This may sound funny, but the main thing we wanted to do was keep the animals happy. So obviously that's what we do every day. But what people don't realise is because there's people through here every day, the animals love it. They love the interaction with kids, with families. And that's the thing that they don't get when we're closed, because we've got, like a skeleton staff, we're running on minimal people. The animals get bored. Like they're sitting in there, they're waiting for people to come past and like throw food in there. So we've just got to stimulate the animals, and what better way to get paid than just play with monkeys all day long? Like,
yeah,
living
cool.
the dream.
Yeah. Now obviously there's lots of positives about this job, which we'll get into in a moment, but there must be a few challenges as well, no doubt.
There's huge things. The main thing we've got to worry about is we like to make sure we always remember we're in the public eye. So we might have animals that have got an injury or an illness, and it's not really anything serious, but it looks horrible for somebody that sees it. For example, like if we've got a wallaby's got a busted up face, he crashed into the fence, he's got a scuddy nose, there's some fresh blood. All it takes is one bad person's review to see that, and suddenly everybody knows about it. So that's one of the harder things. And obviously, like, not everything lives forever. Sometimes we have animals for 30, 40 years and then they pass on. So that's something you always got to get your head around. But look, as a whole, I've got the best job in the world, by far.
And what do you love about your job so much then?
It's the people. I meet people from all over the world every day, whether it's a big family that's come from Ontario, Canada was my last favourite group. They come in and they couldn't believe that you could hold a koala. Like that was something that you could go and pay $10 to do. But here we get a lot of Asian as well. So the Chinese, Japanese and Korean demographic are massive for us. Through those winter periods, this is 50% of our income. So my favourite part is just all the culture that I get to absorb and then give back in small bits just by sharing my animals with them.
Wonderful, mate, love it. And we've recently obviously seen the Tiger King documentary, and every man and their dog's been watching that one. It's been an absolute belter. What was your take on it? And as being someone who's a big lover of animals, what do you think?
I'm dying not to grow a mullet and sell meth. No, look, it was such an eye-opener because I always think, like, what do we look like when we're portrayed in the media to all these people? And then you get Tiger King come along and it blows us out the water. Like, these cowboys are crazy. Like, just the things that they go through on a daily basis just puts us into such a normal category. So, yeah, I'm a big fan. I want more.
Did you find that some of the criticism towards him was a little bit harsh, or you generally feel that, that actually, killing some of these tigers, there's a bit of a blow up with that sort of situation, or do you think generally it was a bit of a bad person?
I think the media does its job. They want to make something that people want to watch, and whether that makes somebody look like a villain or a superhero, it's up to them. So being on the inside sort of position where, yeah, look, sometimes killing tigers is a horrible thing. But you've got to look at it on a broad spectrum. Let's say these people have been breeding tigers on and on and on, and they got all these tigers from the same family. genetically it's such a horrible thing. It nearly makes them into clones. They're just pointless for the bloodline down the track. But then it comes back to, well, they shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't let that get out of hand where you need to cull these things down to just keep them healthy. So you can see the good and the bad of it, but like I said, it's the media. They'll show whatever they want.
Yeah, I think you've answered that really well, mate. So, the nickname Sexual, tell us all about it. Where's it come from?
Righto. This is a question that I get asked a lot, and it's finally going to be glad to air it out to everybody. It was under 17s football. We had a little bet with a co-player of mine. We were a pretty crappy team, and the bet was the best and fairest at the end of the year. Whoever had the less amount of votes out of two of us had to wear these really short, tight shorts for the next entire season. I was shy by like 30 votes. I was so far behind. And I lived up to it. I wore these shorts, and I'm talking about like they're here. Like if you're in full stride, it was a horrible view. And it was out of training, like not too many weeks later, somebody just said they were very sexual shorts. Yes, they were. And it just stuck. And I had one or two options. I was play it off, like pretend it doesn't exist, or I can get it tattooed in the middle of me back.
Legendary.
So look, here we are now, nearly 12 years down the track from that, and I don't regret a second of it.
You've embraced it. Legendary.
I have it. It's brought so many weird encounters, but yeah, it's good fun.
Well, I did have some great days playing at Birdwood, and actually got to play against you back in the day as well, mate. Are you still playing footy yourself, or you still have interest in playing?
This was going to be an interesting year for me because it's the last year of my 20s. I hit the big 3-0 at the end of the year, so I was sort of in pretty good nick what I thought for another good season, but then COVID come in and blew that plan apart, and I gained like 10 kilos. Yeah, look, I'm still having a kick, so I'm still up at Kersbrook. We're going pretty well. We've had a few good premierships in the last 10 years, so I'm not as good as I was, but I love it. You can't not love footy.
And you're obviously playing for the rivals, because Kersbrook and Birdwood absolutely hate each other. Why Kersbrook, mate, and not Birdwood?
Kersbrook's my grassroots. So back when I was in the junior colts and senior colts, I played at the Kersbrook, and then we realised we didn't have enough players to fill teams. So I had to jump ship, and the next closest thing was Birdwood. There's another team in the middle at Gummaraka, and I would never be seen caught in the black and white. They actually knocked Kersbrook off in the grand final last year for the first time in like 30 years, and yeah, it was pretty cool for them. But
yeah,
I do miss the Birdwood days. It's a whole different culture. It's just two different clubs. I love them both.
And back in the day, or in a few weeks' time, Big Brother will be happening, which is very interesting. And we actually auditioned together for Big Brother. Talk us through that experience, mate. And is there any chance of seeing you on Big Brother one day?
It was a weird time. I remember that. I reckon I must have been maybe late teens, early 20s. Like we were in our prime. You were still good at footy then too, which I'm sure you
still had hair as well.
He still had a big head of hair. The pipes were bigger than the belly, so they're still looking alright. But nah, that was good fun. I reckon that was when me and you used to hit up the Alma pub too, which was a weird time. But look, if they called me up, I'd probably go for it. But I think Big Brother's beyond me. I sort of look back at it and think, what was I thinking? What would have happened if we made it 3, especially together? Jesus Christ.
Mate, that would be absolutely out of control.
We'd either gone out in week 1 or made it to the very end and gone out in a blow up.
I reckon that's a pretty fair call. Although, mate, there is people this year that are in their 60s, so for a bloke who's just turned 40, there's still hope for me. And
40?
Yeah, and mate, you're only 30, so you've got plenty of time.
We can still do it, I reckon. But yeah, I haven't looked too heavily into it. I have seen it advertised, but I'll keep a close eye on it just to see, like, I could have made that.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
could have been us.
Just compare it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I'm way more excited than them, so yeah. And back in the day as well, you've been on Totally Wild, so you're a bit of a TV superstar. Any ambitions of taking your TV career further as well?
It's a weird thing. So it started really casually. Like as you said, Totally Wild. So it's a kids TV program. It was maybe once a month we'd come in. We do these fun stories of animals, like we do sort of monkeys swinging between ropes and things that are really fluffy. Who's the best dressed animal? And it was just really easy, fun work. At the end of the day, you sort of forget it's about animals. It's just about getting kids to watch. It's just about being fun. But I've done a couple of other things. So I've done a Netflix documentary. It's called 72 Cutest Animals. That got a pretty crappy review, which sort of blew me out the water a little bit. But yeah, it's still good fun. Like that was a big production sort of thing. I've done a couple of National Geographic things as well and Discovery Channel. So just little cameos here and there. But look, if all went belly under here, I'd jump straight into TV for sure. I'd have to pull some strings and get behind the camera.
With that beard, mate, I think you could go alright.
I'm actually on the shortest I've had my beard now for about 10 years. This is short for me, and it is winter, so I'm going to keep it nice and cool. But I love it. I couldn't go back.
Yeah, nice. And another story we have to tell the viewers out there. So there was one particular occasion where, now I was actually a nude model and you were the topless waiter for a hens night. Now this was a good, let's just say, a lot of fun, but what was your experience like, mate, having to see me?
I think the experience from my end comes a little more interesting because all I got was a phone call that said, hey mate, what are you doing Saturday night? I was like, not a lot, what are we doing? Getting a beer? Like, I'm actually being a model. And I was like, cool. Like, congratulations if that's what you want to do. And you're like, I'm a nude model. And I'm like, all right. I don't know what this is going. What am I supposed to do? He said, no, you just need to get your rig out. This was all right at the time and serve drinks. And I was like, yeah, I can do that. And next thing you know, I'm walking around a circle of girls handing out champagne and I'm trying not to look at your tackle at the same time, but it's just there. And I'm looking at these pictures. Some have got it right. Some have gone too big. That was honestly one of the most fun nights, and yeah, we should have done more of those.
Yeah, I think they might still be home.
Probably not too late.
Can't tell the
Aged care homes are probably like us at this point in time.
So true. Oh, good times, mate. And before I let you go, what's been, I guess, the last sort of 20 plus years of being involved in this great park, what's been some of your favourite animals and why?
For me, it's the koalas, because that brings me and all the people that come here together. Doesn't matter how many animals I have. If I've got koalas, I've got people. They're the one thing that people will travel to the other end of the world and just spend a couple of minutes with. And you just watch this raw emotion of people just realising this is their bucket list item. But to work with personally, I'm a massive fan of cassowaries. Now, for everybody at home, cassowaries are a 6 foot tall, 80 kilogram bird with raptor-like feet with 4-inch claws. It's just, they're awesome. You got to watch yourself at every moment. It's just the ultimate respect between people and animal there, because they could just do me in at any moment, and there's nothing I can do. So it just keeps me in check as much as it keeps them in check too.
Very nice, mate. Well, we're going to run a competition, so the people watching, email through those particular 2 animals that Brett's just mentioned as his 2 favourites, and you can win a double pass to this great wildlife park and get involved in that one and see all these beautiful animals. It's certainly an experience you don't want to miss out on. Brett McKechnie, what can I say? Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Bevo. Thanks for coming in. We look forward to seeing you again sometime soon.
Oh, mate, this has been a pleasure. Thanks so much, and take care, everyone. See you next time.
Thanks, guys.